What's up, guys? Jake here from Chief Live Gaming, here again with Dirk, playing another Viewer Votes Battle Report. So today, the mission is a random maelstrom. We rolled it already, and we got tactical escalation, so that should be pretty interesting. You guys chose my army today, and you chose Orks. So here's what I brought today. We'll go over that in a second. Fighting Space Wolves at 1850 points. So let's go ahead and take a look at the two armies. Okay, 1850 worth of Orks today. Single CAD, led by a war boss. We have, let's start with the knobs here. So 3 power claws, 4 regular chappas, 3 killicans, 1 Gradzuka, Def Dread with 2 Scorches. You guys know what this is, right? This is the custom, the Forge World variant of the Stampa. And I basically outfitted him exactly as the GW Stampa is. So let's see, the Super Gatla and the Titan Close Combat Weapon. So he's comes out to about 600 points. I think it's actually exactly 600. Yep. So that should be pretty fun. He is joined by a battle wagon. I put the cannon on the back. 2 groups of boys in a truck. So there's 10 boys here. 1 big shooter and a knob with a power claw and a boss pole. A Daka jet, don't leave home without it, and let's see, 3 Def Coptas split into 1 group of 2 and 1 is all by himself. So that's my 1850 Orks list. Let's take a look at the Space Wolves.
Alright, Dirk here, going to go over the Space Wolves facing off against Jake's Orks. Let's see, we'll start off. We have Long Fangs, 5 Long Fangs with a missile launcher led by an Ancient. They're riding around in a Razorback with a twin-linked assault cannon on top. Right behind them we have 5 scouts with sniper rifles and camellia line cloaks. In the back I have a drop pod coming down. There is 10 Grey Hunters in it. The pack leader has a combi Melta and there are 2 regular Meltas as well. The pack leader also has a Frost Axe, I believe. In the back, first time ever, I'm bringing a Vindicator and a Whirlwind. Still in the process of painting them, but they have some paint on them. Moving up, we have a Typhoon Landspeeder, Typhoon Missile Launcher, and a Heavy Bolter. Dreadnought, he's got a Great Wolf Claw with Heavy Flamer and Hellfrost Cannon. That's what I'm trying to say. And a Hellfrost Cannon. Leading the whole thing, I have a Wolf Priest. He'll probably hang out with the Long Fangs and give him some preferred enemy action. We'll see. And next to him I have another pack of Grey Hunters. The pack leader has Combi Plasma and there are 2 plasma guns. There's also a Power Axe hiding on that guy back there. And then I have the Storm Wolf and 15 Blood Claws, 2 Flamers, and the pack leader has a Power Fist in it. So that's my 1850 Space Wolves army, which actually looks a little bit bigger than the 1850 Orks army, but that's because there's a giant thing in the back over there. That's it.
Okay, guys, so here's the board setup we have for you today. Hammer and Anvil deployment, 6 objectives spread out across the board. We wanted to kind of leave a center area as kind of a firing lane here, but also have as a kind of a condensed, clustered board. So that's what we went with. Dirk, the Space Wolves, won the role for first deployment, so he's going to set up and then we'll come back to you guys.
Alright, this is Dirk for the Space Wolves. Just going to go over my deployment real fast. Long Fangs up in the tower, hopefully get a field of fire down there. Got a line of tanks, Vindicators up front because it's only got that 24-inch range. It's got to get into action as soon as possible. I was going to put the Blood Claws in the flyer, but I've been screwed a couple times in the past with the flyer not coming on when I need it to, so they're on the table, maybe to run forward and get Objective 4 hiding in there. Same with the Land Speeder back there, kind of flank support. Whirlwind, of course, has hiding in the back because it doesn't need to be anywhere else. In reserve, I have yet to infiltrate my scouts. Drop pod will come on first turn, and the flyer hopefully will come on second or later.
Okay, I got second deployment, and here's what I ended up doing. So you can see the Space Wolves over there. And of course, Stampa didn't have a whole lot of choice where to put him. There's a nice Stampa-sized lane there, so that worked out nicely. got the cans and the dread on this side here. The wagon, which is empty. I decided to put the knobs and the war boss in the stampa. Thought that'd be a little bit safer. The two trucks are just kind of poised, ready to go. Single def copter on the table. He needs to scoot around and grab 6 or something like that. He can do so. In reserves, I have my jet and the other unit of def copters, which is 2 def copters. So that's the board as it stands. So we just infiltrated, and there was just a single unit of scouts that infiltrated into this building there. And now we're going to attempt to seize the initiative for the Orks here. So do I need 6? No Lords of War? That's a 3. No good. So it's going to be Space Wolves, turn 1.
Alright, end of Space Wolves, turn 1. I drew hold the line, so I actually had to back some things up to be within 12 inches of the back. The whirlwind already was within 12 inches, but these two had to pull back to score that point. Shooting went fairly well for me. The Long Fangs did some damage to the Killicans over there. There's 2 of them missing. They had some help from the Vindicator and the Dreadnought.
This guy's down to 1 as well.
Yeah, the Death Dread is down to 1 and lost a Scorcher. So good shooting
and
there.
And is immobilized.
And is immobilized, that's right. Oh, I forgot about him. And then we have the truck is missing from this spot here. They dropped potted in, landed right on target, popped out. Meltas pretty much took care of that. The explosion from that actually took a whole point off there, and all of my Marines made their saves like a boss. So that's a scene of the battlefield at the end of Space Wolves turn 1. Now it's time for Orks turn 1.
Alright guys, Orks just had their first turn. I drew Big Game Hunter, so I needed to kill a vehicle. In my movement phase, I shuffled up a little bit the Stampa, made his way forward. I decided to shoot the Stampa first. I rolled no doubles for my Super Gatler, and I ended up taking out that Rhino that was parked here for the Big Game Hunter point. And then I actually took out a couple dudes with the explosion, which was pretty lucky. The rest of the shooting phase was not so great. I dumped 2 of my 3 super rockets. The best thing that happened, these guys, I forced them to go to ground, and I did take out 6 of them in the Melta squad, so that was pretty nice. Stripped a hull point off the land speeder over here. My 7-inch blast, I was aiming for this nice juicy group here, but I ended up scattering pretty heavily, and I actually only killed 2. So that was about it for shooting. And I did some turbo boosting, some flat outs, and kind of just postured for the next turn, and scored that 1 point. So Dirk is ahead 2-1 because he had first blood. So that's the board. Moving into Space Wolves, turn 2.
Alright, end of Space Wolves turn 2. I drew score objective 5 and score objective 1. 5 was right there. I scored it easily. 1 was a bit tougher. I did not manage to score it. It was hiding here. There were a bunch of Orks around. I tried my best. Shot a bunch of stuff at it, but I couldn't get anything in to take it at the end. Blew up both, or wrecked both trucks. Blew up 1 truck, wrecked 1 truck. Trying to think of anything else major. Flyer came in, did almost nothing. Did nothing, actually. So that's about it. It's going to be a rough turn. I'm going to have to strap in for this.
Alright, Orks. Second turn, I drew objective 6 and objective 5. So 6 was back here under this, under the drop pod, and I opted to charge just the unit of Space Marines to not do a disordered charge to try to get greedy, and I think that was a good choice. I don't think I actually would have killed the Space Marines if I did a disordered charge, no. So that worked out pretty well. I'll try to get that next turn. Nothing too exciting over here other than I screwed up and forgot to charge the land speeder with my Killican, so he's gonna cap 1 next turn that's in his hand, but that's okay. The Stampa dropped his primary blast here and didn't do as well as I'd hoped, but this is definitely getting thin, so that's helping out. We took out the Razorback there that got wrecked, as well as the Dreadnought, and then so the Stampa consolidated forward within 3 inches of objective 5 there to score that point for me, bringing me up to 2 points to the Space Wolves of 3. So pretty good turn. My Stomper is down to 7 hull points, so actually might be in danger. So that's it, guys.
Alright, end of Space Wolves turn 3. I drew, so I actually drew a second secure objective 1, so I had 2 of those, and no prisoners, so kill something. I scored all 3 of them, bringing me to 6-2. Battlefield currently looks like this. Some things shuffled around a little bit, some shooting happened. Orks back here took a hit from the whirlwind, direct hit. Landspeeder scored objective 1, but it is going to die next turn. It has no choice. It understands that. It's okay. And that's it. And I finally finished off the Death Dread that was hanging on 1 hull point with
Stompa's
no...
down to 4.
And the Stampa is down to 4 hull points.
Okay, Orks, and the bottom of turn 3, I drew Blood and Guts, Supremacy, and no prisoners. So basically the way that it worked out is Dirk was holding 3 objectives, and I was holding 3. So what I needed to do was bring in this Death Dread, or this Killacan, and murder the Landspeeder, which would have meant that I was controlling 4 objectives, giving me Supremacy, and I would have destroyed 3 things in the turn, giving me the D3 points from Blood and Guts, or no prisoners rather. But he didn't do a single hull point, so that happened. But that's all right. That's what happens. Other than that, I piled out the knobs from the Stampa and kind of hung them out on 5 again, trying to get Supremacy. Brought the Deathcopters in, but the Jet failed its reserve roll, so he'll be coming in next turn. I did take out the Whirlwind and the Vindicator, which was pretty helpful. I'm still a little worried about the knobs here, but we'll see how it goes. I was hoping to swing things back more in my favor with these objective cards, but as it stands, I scored 1 for Blood and Guts, did not score Supremacy, and I just killed 2 units, so just another 1 for no prisoners, and that brings me up to 4 to the Space Wolves 6 points. And that's moving into turn 4.
Alright, Space Wolves, end of turn 4. I managed to score Ascendancy, score objective marker 2, and kill a vehicle or monstrous creature. The vehicle or monstrous creature happened to be the Stampa. Apparently this is the first time it's ever happened, and it is in fact caught on film for posterity's sake.
No!
So that's the battlefield currently, and it's now
10-4.
And the score is 10-4. I actually rolled 3 points for the Ascendancy score.
Orks, bottom of turn 4. I drew 3-5 Kingslayer, and I held Supremacy over because I thought that might be possible. So basically what happened, I flew in the Jet, took a whole bunch of shots at the Warlord unit to try to get Kingslayer because, you know, that seems very fun. The can ended up dying. I took out a couple guys but couldn't get wounds through. I did take out the big old nasty flyer thing with my war boss. He charged in and got some lucky stick rerolls and made some magic happen there. So we scored 3 and 5 here. The boys, or the knobs rather, came up mincemeat of the Long Fangs, which have been just murdering down this lane the entire game. So that was nice. They avenged their Stampa for their big mech back at home. And somehow this Deathcopter is holding combat here.
Has both wounds yet, too.
Yeah, and is 2 wounds. So maybe he can hold off until the knobs arrive, but it's unlikely. So that brings the final score at the bottom of turn 4 for Orks is at 6. I can talk. Orks are at 6 and Space Wolves are at 10. Moving into turn 5.
End of Space Wolves turn 5.
Yes, it's 5.
The only thing I managed to score was objective 2. I finally cleared the Deathcopters out. Took some pot shots at the Warlord. He's down to 1 wound. Snipers and Landspeeder did that. Knobs are coming from my last remaining Grey Hunters unit. Flyer's still a problem. That's the battlefield. Score is 11-6 Space Wolves.
Okay, end of turn 5. And indeed the last turn of the game we rolled for the variable game length. I drew objective 3 twice, really was the only thing that was relevant, which I scored. I was hoping maybe the game would continue and I could get in here and kill some stuff, but the game did end, and the final score was 8 for the Orks, 11 for the Space Wolves. For a Space Wolves victory, the Stampa has fallen.
But so did the Storm Wolf, which that's the first time it's ever
Oh,
died.
right. The War Boss gloriously charged in to avenge the fallen Stampa. And a couple firsts for both armies today. Good game, Jerk. Left-handed.
Left-handed shake.
Good times. So that's it. I mean, we both have pretty much nothing left. It was a good battle. Let's see. Yeah, I was hoping to try to get Kingslayer really on one. Couple snipers left.
Yeah, that's what I was going for too.
Yeah, we both had
Warlord.
Kingslayer and
Well, yeah, Warlord's down.
for Slay the Warlord. Any other thoughts about the game, Dirk?
It was pretty brutal. The one mistake, the charging mistake back. Well, the Killer Can not killing the Lance.
Oh yeah,
that was rough.
Yeah, so
That swung things quite a bit.
I would I would have blocked him from 2 points, and then I think I would have gotten another point for like the supremacy thing. So yeah, I mean either would have been tied or I don't know. It could have swung. That was definitely a mistake for me, but
Drop pod landing on 6 first turn was.
Oh, that was awesome.
Nice. Just sat there the whole turn, never
Yeah.
did anything. So the objective secured drop pods are amazing.
Well, that battle wagon getting blown up
Yeah.
too was pretty. I could have maybe used that cannon template.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
this poor Defcopter took so much fire, but he's still alive. Like one of my last units.
I made a choice to put my Blood Claws deployed here instead of in their Stormwolf transport.
I think that paid off for you.
I don't know. The Stormwolf came on second turn, so I mean I could have put them in a better place. I mean really all they did was wander around here and get whittled down by the Stompa every turn until they charged and finally wiped out a
Sure.
depleted unit of boys.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whereas if I could have dropped them somewhere else.
Because your
don't
Stormwolf came in here,
Yeah.
so I don't know. They could have maybe held the Stampa
Yeah.
and tar pitted him.
Yeah,
Because
there
it's
was
an
a power
assault
fist.
flyer,
There was
right?
a power fist in there.
Yeah, maybe that
Maybe
would've
I don't
been-
know.
It's hard
But
to
I got
say.
burned once before them not coming on until like turn 4 or 5.
It's a
which hurt,
risk
so.
for sure. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. This was a viewer votes battle report. So remember, check out my website, chieflivegaming.com. If you're watching this video right now, there's another poll up for the next battle. So go vote. You can influence different aspects of our games, and it'll be fun. So thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
Your vote matters.
It does. Say bye, Dirk.
Bye, Dirk.
Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you want to see more, please consider subscribing to my channel. I do battle reports, tactica, painting tutorials, all kinds of stuff. And if you want to get even more involved, you can check out my website, chieflivegaming.com. There's a big gallery there. You can vote on polls to interact with my battle reports and all kinds of other good stuff. So I hope to see you guys there, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye now.